All right, this was this is just old news kind of thing. I mean, not old news, but it was it was like earlier this week. I didn't really talk about it. I didn't come across it, and like I said, it was kind of a slow news day. But Josh Hartnett is going to be he's the next person that's been added to the Oppenheimer film with Christopher Nolan right here. Josh Hartnett boards star recast of Christopher Nolan's upcoming Oppenheimer movie. Because remember, like Josh Hartnett was like the it guy for a little bit. He was the it guy, and then all of a sudden he kind of fell off, and now all of a sudden he's showing up and shit again. He was in Guy Ritchie's movie, Man on whatever the fuck it's called, The Wrath of Man. He was in that movie. He's in a couple other movies, but yeah. So now we got Josh Hartnett in this thing, which is interesting because he was up for Batman at one point. He was up for Batman Begins. Some people were mentioning that. Can you imagine Josh Hartnett as Batman? I actually can, because he was also going up for Superman Returns. I didn't really see Superman so much, but I think he could have probably pulled either one of them off, but I think I'd see him more as a Batman than I would see him as a Superman. But at the same time, I'm kind of going, well, I'm glad we got Bale. Glad we got, yeah, I don't know if we wanted to see him in either one of those, but so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, so Josh Hartnett has now been added to the crazy full-on ensemble cast of the Oppenheimer movie that's showing up from, I guess next year. Yeah, I guess we could say next year now, July. So yeah, you got to check out Wrath of Man. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Penny Dreadful. There you go. He was part of that series. Yeah, I haven't watched that yet, but I heard it was really good. So good for Josh Hartnett. Glad he's but you know what? In one movie that do not sleep on, it's a pretty damn good movie. It's a good comedy. It's a good romantic comedy, I guess you could say, is 40 Days, 40... No, is it 40 Days, 40 Nights? Yeah. Because don't get that confused with the vampire movie. That movie, though. Don't sleep on that movie either. That movie, the vampire movie, I think it's called... I forgot what it's called. Because I always get the titles mixed up, because he was in that movie where he was giving up sex and masturbation for 40 days for Lent or whatever. But so yeah, both of those movies, the vampire movie and then that movie, those two movies are great. Oh yeah, and Lucky Number 11, yes. 40 Days of Night. There you go. That's what that movie was. The Faculty, yes. The Faculty is great too. Robert Rodriguez, baby. Yeah. So we got, yeah. So there's, yeah, those two movies. Don't sleep on the romantic with Shannon Sossamon. Man, if you don't have a crush on her after that movie, I don't know what to tell you. But it's just a good, it's a good, fun, romantic comedy movie. It's rated R. 40 Days of Night was kind of cringe. I don't know about that, man. I thought it was pretty good. I don't know. 30 Days. Is it 30 Days? It's 30 Days of Night? Okay, see, that's where I'm getting my titles all mixed up when it comes to this stuff. So I should have probably looked it up, because I always get those two titles mixed up, because they have a number and days in them. But you know what to look for. 30 Days of Night, 40 Club. Is that why we're thinking 69 Days of Night? See, you guys are funny. Point is, watch those movies. And Lucky Number 11. Lucky Number 11 is a great movie too. It's got a great cast. It's got a great little twisty, turny kind of story. It's really good. So Josh Hartnett's been in some underrated gems right there. So good on him for joining, of course, Christopher Nolan right there.